YouTube, it's your girl Prep and Proper, and I'm back with another video. So yeah, you know, a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do, honey. So I'm here, and I know I'm in a car. This is a different background, but I was very adamant about putting this video out to all of you. Well, getting this video out to all of you. So I'm in a car recording because I want to upload this today, because we are still in our 7-day upload, which is very tiring, child. I would never do this again, ever, because this is a lot. It's the editing, so I'm gonna try to breeze through this thing. One of my subscribers did ask for me to do a video on the journey to self-love, which I felt like tied in perfectly with every topic. So I think that'll be great to close out with, but we still have one more day, so but I feel like this will be so great to kind of do. I'm not sure if I kind of did something along the lines, but you can never talk about self-love so much, in my opinion. You know, a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do, honey. Okay, so let me just jump right into this self-love journey. How do you really find yourself? Like, I can honestly say to each his own, because everyone's situation is different, but what we all have in common is the journey to finding yourself is not easy. And I just jotted down a couple of, you know, necessary things that you have to do in order for you to truly find yourself and to truly learn to love yourself, genuinely love yourself, and not allowing people's outside opinion doesn't have much weight. So the first thing in finding yourself, I like to call this step the detox, because once you come into the knowing of, okay, there's something missing within myself and I feel like I need to tap in, and that is honestly God calling you, I promise you, because I was in a place in my life back in 2014 where I just felt like empty. Like, I felt like I needed to surrender. Like, of course, I wasn't raised in church or whatnot, but I knew of God. You know, I went to church for a couple of years in my childhood, so that really gave me some sort of foundation. But detoxing, what it means to detox is to let go of anything that is toxic, meaning people, places, and things, including the toxic energy that you carry, that we have been brought up in for so long, that we have normalized. So it's not normal. You have to try to get a sense of what is not normal, what is not healthy. Definitely what is not healthy for you to get rid of. Bad attitudes. Oh, I had a very nasty attitude. Bad attitudes, the way you speak to people, the way you speak to yourself, that is one. And obviously getting closer to God is what you ultimately have to do. Well, that's what I did. To each his own, but I know for myself, my journey to self-love had to do with, the first step was me building a relationship with God, because in order for me to learn who I was, to know who I was, I had to learn who I came from, my creator. So in First Corinthians chapter 25 verse 10, it says, by the grace of God I am what I am. By the grace of God I am what I am, and that is me. Like, by the grace of God, I could have been locked up. I could have been somewhere else. Or I was a bad person. I was ratchet, had a nasty attitude. I was a fighter. I was disrespectful. But by the grace of God, look at me now. By the grace of God, I'm still a child of God. By his grace, I am still, you know, chosen by him. He chooses me every single time. And that feeling that you get, that reassurance that you are still loved after being lost for so long, after rejecting God for so long, that he still loves you in spite of that, enough will make you feel worthy. So it will add to your the love that you have for yourself, that you're trying to build. And Romans 5:8, it also says, I loved you at your darkest moments. I just added the moments in there, you know. obviously getting to know God, because he loves you and he cares for you and he adores you and he thinks you are wonderfully and beautifully made. He believes that you lack nothing, and if you only tap into him, how magnificent you could be, like, until you come into your own. And how you would come into your own is knowing who made you, knowing who created you, loving on who created you, and that's how you're going to ultimately love yourself. The next step is peeling back the layers. So once you get into this whole ordeal of building this relationship with God, he will always reveal you to you. And that is, baby, peeling back the layers. Peeling back, he'll show you why you have a nasty attitude. He's not just going to say, oh, you got a nasty attitude. God is going to reveal to you why you have a nasty attitude, and then you're going to have to sit in it and deal with it. God is going to show you why you keep settling for the type of man that you're settling for. He's going to show you why. He's going to bring things back to your remembrance to show you, this is why you settle for this. This is why you choose this type of person. This is why you choose to act this way. So this is peeling back the layers, showing you this is what the world has made you to be. This is what your experience in this world has made you to be. And this is not who I called you to be. But I need you to get to the root of it so it will never come back again. You have to uproot it in order for it to never grow again. So peeling back the layers. Like I said, letting go of toxic people, places, and things. So knowing when you're going through this journey of self-love and you're getting to know yourself, getting to learn to love yourself, you cannot keep going around the same people if they don't add to you, if they don't add to your growth, if they don't add to this journey, this new journey that you are on. So if they still talk negatively about other people, even if it's not towards you, that negative energy is going to fall onto you. And you probably, and when you're on a journey of self-love, you can't find the time to hate on somebody else. You don't have time. You try to search for yourself. So you don't even have time to go and try to hate on nobody else. Like, so if you hanging around people that's gossiping and stuff, you need to cut it off now, because you will never get to where you need to be. You would never truly love yourself if you're busy hating on somebody else. So not hanging around the same people, and you can't go to the same places if those places do not. Okay, so what I mean by places, so let me give you an example. Like, I used to love going to the strip club, but understanding that when I was going through this journey, it's not even like building my relationship with God. I noticed how many, well, if I go now, I notice how many broken people are there and how many broken women. So if I know who I am, it's unsettling. I feel some type of way when I'm there. I just want to minister to them, not even like preach the gospel, but just ask them about their story. And they're busy trying to make money, you know what I'm saying? So I don't even feel comfortable in those places anymore. But I can't go there. So the fact that I was in love with going to the strip club, I loved like the vibe that it used to give me and the atmosphere and everything. But knowing that when I was getting to know God, getting to know myself, I could no longer identify with those people, because I was once broken. So that's why I fit in. So now that I don't fit in, I feel uncomfortable when I go. So not going to the same places, and letting go of toxic things. So another thing of, I know people may think, so the things that you probably have to let go is maybe things that don't bring you joy. Things that probably remind you of a situation. If it's like clothing, or if it's clothing that reminds you of a certain lifestyle, if it's anything materialistic thing that reminds you of something that hurt you or reminds you of a lifestyle that you're trying to walk away from, then it's time to let it go. You have to discard of it. Like, you have to throw it away. You have to give it away. It has to be out of your presence for you to really try to overcome these things and getting to know yourself, getting to learn to love yourself, because you have to unidentify with the life that you used to live, because you know that you no longer identify with it. It was not even you acting out. It was something else, because you did not know yourself. So you just pretty much went with the flow. You thought this was you, but you no longer identify with that because it wasn't you. And once you get to know God, and you're meditating on the word of God, and you're praying, and you're spending time with God, intimate time with God, he will begin to, you'll feel that sense of like, you'll get agitated with the sight of things, and you know, like, it's time for me to let it go. Things that you would not even think played a part in anything, God would just discard of it. Like, I even gave away Louis Vuitton bags, you guys. Like, come on. I didn't think, at first I was like, that's not God. Okay, but you know, he'll do it to you. And you know, start doing affirming. And the next step is affirming yourself. So what I mean by affirming yourself, definitely waking up with the mindset, and sometimes you're not there mentally, so you have to write these things down. If you have to write it down on sticky notes, if you have to write it down in a notebook every morning, write down your prayers and start off with affirmations like, I am wonderfully and beautifully made. I am a conqueror. I am a overcomer. I am the head and not the tail. I am God's child. That I am no longer in a place of depression, that I will overcome this, that this will not beat me down, that I will win, that victory is attached to my name, that everything attached to me wins, that I love myself. You have to repeat, and I would suggest repeating, I love me, I love myself, I love everything about me. You have to affirm these things on a daily, because so it can register, and when you speak it into the atmosphere, it will manifest within yourself. Because words have power to give life of death. So you choose the fruit that you're going to eat. So the fruit you want to eat when you're on this journey of self-love is positivity, good fruit. So you're going to learn to say positive things over your life, positive things about yourself. And you're not going to allow anyone to spew out anything negative. You're going to block it out. You can't just let anybody talk to you any kind of way during this journey, because they will be planting seeds, and then you'll probably have one bad day and you'll remember what they said. And no, we cannot allow, you have to be bold about this thing. You cannot allow people to mistreat you. You have to put your foot down. Okay, put your foot down. Sis, don't let them play with you. No. Visit new places. Listen, the old things has passed away, honey. So now you're gonna have to have some new places where you can have fun. Like, I can't go to the strip club anymore. I can't, so I have to find other things that interest me, and other things that I find fun or you know, fulfilling to my life. So finding new hobbies, meeting new people, you know, that will add to, because once you meet new people, you're like, and they're like different from the normal people that you're, or people that you're used. Once you meet new people that are like different from what you're used to, you're like, you'll find another part of you, like, oh my God, I didn't even know I liked that, or I never knew that I could even open this side of me to anyone, because I thought they would judge me, but this person is just like me, and we can have this healthy conversation, you know? And definitely spending quiet time with yourself is so necessary. You need at least an hour for yourself. Just meditating, even like with self-care. Like if you want to give yourself a facial, if you just want to apply your beauty products, your night creams and stuff like that, you know, Pretty Pimp and Proper, we have the luxurious skincare line, my skincare line. But definitely going about skincare, going to get your nails done, going to get your hair done. You know, it is so necessary for you to look good. What you consider looking good, not what the world says look good, what you consider looking good. Don't look at what you see on Instagram and say, oh, this is beautiful because everybody look like this. No, you are your own person. So finding out what you like, how you like your hair, how you like your nails to be done, what you like to wear, what you like to accessorize with, and you make it your own. Do not try to copy anyone else. I'm not saying if you like laces, let it be because you like wearing a lace wig. Don't do it because, oh, that's what's in. No, you are made to fit out. You're not made to fit in a box. You're made to be you. I like lace wigs, but I will put on the braids. I will wear my natural hair because I know I am beautiful with anything I wear. Whatever I rock, I know that I'm beautiful. That hairstyles don't make me. But at the same time, knowing what you like and what you're comfortable in and what makes you feel beautiful, what you feel proud about when you look in the mirror, like, oh, I feel good. Like, it boosts your self-confidence when you get this hairstyle, when you get your nails done, when you wear this new outfit. It's necessary for you to look good while on this journey, because you have to look like it before you even see it, before you even are that person. Like, that's that, like, you remember we just talked about faith. You have to look the part. You really do have to look the part. So definitely, if you look good and you're not looking slumped and you're not looking like someone that doesn't care about themselves, people are going to begin to notice. People are going to say, dang, you look good today. It's a certain, even if you always dress good, when you're on this journey to self-love, people will begin to notice, like, oh, there's a glow about you and you didn't even change anything. You're changing what's going on the inside, and it's exuding from the outside. People will begin to see it in your smile, begin to see it in your eyes, begin to see it in your whole demeanor, your energy when you walk into the room. Listen, trust me, look the part, dress like it, feel good, do what makes you happy. Find what makes you happy. Even experiment with different colors, different hairstyles until you find one that fits you. Listen, I'm all for it. That's what you got to do during this journey, child. And I definitely recommend getting the necessary help, because sometimes our issues are a lot deeper, and it's not something that can happen overnight or even in a month or even in a year. Like, you need some kind of professional help. You need some professional help to get through this thing. And I'm all for it. Do whatever you need to do to get to you, to become you 100%. If you need to see a therapist because you need to talk about your childhood, you need to unpack some things, I'm all for it, because I have definitely went through that. Throughout my process, I went to go see a psychologist because I knew it was some things that I couldn't really understand, and I didn't know why I was choosing to settle sometimes, or making the decisions that I was making. So I needed somebody to make it clear. Maybe I was missing something, and that person brought up something that happened in my childhood, and I'm like, wow, I didn't even notice that played a part, because I just been living. I didn't even think about it so much, but it definitely played a part in my adulthood. It definitely affected me in my adulthood. So definitely seeking the necessary help, reaching out to people in those professions, psychologists or therapists. Listen, just make sure their values align with you and make sure they look like you, because sometimes you need somebody that is from the same kind of community as you, so they can really understand, so they don't misdiagnose you. And that's the real truth. Another thing is setting the tone for how you want people to treat you. Like I said before, you cannot allow people to just treat you any kind of way. So, when you're coming into this newness, it'll still be some people from your past that you still have to deal with, because maybe they're family members, maybe they're the mother, the father of your child, the mother of your child, whatever the case may be. And you have to deal with this person. Like, it's no getting this person out of your life, because they're tied to you in some kind of way. You set the new tone as to how you want to be treated. That means you have to be bold. If that person is being negative or speaking to you negatively, hang up the phone, walk away. And you address them like, listen, because you don't want to seem passive aggressive. I don't like how you're treating me right now, so I'm going to walk away, or I'm going to disconnect this call. I don't appreciate how you're treating me right now. You tell them what it is. I don't appreciate it. So that you have the power at the end of the day. Because I don't like how you're treating me, I'm going to disconnect. You are not going to have access to me. So until you get it right, then I can have you re-enter my life, or I can have you have access to me on that level. But until then, you need to know that you need to come correct when you speak to me. You need to know that I'm setting the ground rules from now on. I am not the same person. I am a new person. You have to set the tone as to how you want people to treat you, or they will run all over you. And this right here, it won't be in vain, but it'll be delayed, because you'll still allow people to treat you and misuse you, and it will still affect you in a way where it triggers something and it attacks your self-esteem, it attacks your confidence. So you end up going in a cycle of this self-love journey and never coming out and never being whole. All this work, you don't want to miss the mark. Trust me. So, and then the last thing with this whole self-love journey is, it's okay to say no. It's definitely okay to say no. Because if it costs you your peace, it costs you too much. Sometimes you're gonna have to say no. I know, especially if you still have the same friends. Like, I still have friends that was asking me to go certain places or to do certain things that I used to do, and I'm like, I can't do that. No, not right now. If you have a problem with saying no, because it's so hard to say no to the people we love, and you don't want people to think you're acting brand new, you can just say, I'm detoxing right now. And that's exactly what you're doing. So you're not just making excuses. This is what you're doing. And if they do not respect it, then they are a part of the problem, and they are trying to hold you back. And it's no love lost, but you have to cut ties. And if the relationship was meant to be, God is going to make sure you guys come back together. But in order for you to get to fulfill this journey of self-love, these things are necessary for you to do. And you can't allow people to hold you back anymore. It's bad enough that you held you back for so long. Don't allow someone else to do it. You owe it to yourself to love yourself. You owe it to yourself. Because if you do not love yourself, you'll walk around this world allowing people to use you, mistreat you, abuse you, and discard of you. But when you love yourself, you know how much power you hold when you love yourself? You have so much power. Sometimes the journey is going to be lonely. But that's God just taking off the layers, and that's God just removing the people out of your life who never appreciated you. And that's okay. Trust me, at the end of the day, God is going to replace those people with people who value you, people who love you genuinely without needing or wanting nothing from you, who love you for you. You deserve it. You deserve it, sis. You deserve it. And I'm so happy. I hope I was able to explain this the best way. I just hope you get it, and I hope the best for you during this self-love journey. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. If I can do it, you can too. There's nothing that I can do that you can't do. So if I made it out, you can too. And never think that this journey has a end. Because things will happen in life, and you'll start to learn about new things about yourself, because we continue to grow and evolve as people. So this is a never ending journey, but it's so necessary for you to start now. Do not delay yourself any longer. I love you. You are wonderfully and beautifully made. If God is within her, she would not fail. So God is within you. You cannot fail. If God is within you, you will not fail. I love you. Bye. And see you ladies tomorrow. Bye. Self-love. I love you, girl. Bye.